Okay, so in this video I did something interactive for the first time on the GoFunded Trader channel. This is part 2. I already made a part 1 talking about other confluences from other traders, and now because I got so many answers, I'm gonna continue reading them, especially for the fact that you really enjoyed the concept. Okay, so the next one is Marsh. Thank you so much for answering to this. We really appreciate your answer about your confluences. Let's see what the confluences are. Okay, so first one is time. I anticipate price to go to a POI at specific times, then decide from there with the information. 3, price action gives me along with my other confluences. Okay. Simple support and resistance. Okay, the first one that mentions, no, it's the second person that mentions about support and resistance. So, you know, this battle between supply and demand traders and support and resistance traders, when in fact, what I believe, and don't throw rocks at me, is the same thing. Like if you're using supply and demand, support and resistance, it's almost exactly the same thing, guys. So don't say that you're different because you're using supply or demand. It's just a nicer way to saying support and resistance. Okay. But I account for external or internal liquidity grabs or trendline break rejects. Okay, so mainly breaks because I suck at continuations. I'm a better range reversal trader than a breakout. Me too, I don't really like to trade continuations. Sometimes I get taken out because the market decides to not continue exactly from where I take my entry. I'm using, for example, premium and discount areas. So for example here, right? Let's say that this is the break of structure on 15 minutes. This is me, usually. So I would consider that here the price had enough liquidity and then it stopped inside this discount area over here. I see some fair value gap over here, however, or this demand area. And I will say, okay, that's it. I see a 15-minute change of character to the upside, inducement over here. This might be the place that continues with the buy, right? So I just go like that. Instead, maybe the price decides to go in the extreme area, I don't know, and to not respect this first change of character, to create a fake change of character, and then to continue in the right direction. So I would rather see that. Again, sometimes I get taken out, or for example, if the trade, so for example, if the price goes somewhere around here instead of going lower in the discount area, again, I get taken out for trying to catch a position that that has the price in not such a good place. So yeah, this is it. That's why gold smacked me last week, even after catching the bottom and calling the breakout. Okay, I see. I saw exactly what you did. It happens to all of us from time to time, but yeah. Okay, so the next answer is from Omar, which is a Profirm CEO. But first of all, let's not forget that you are a trader, right? So you answered here as a trader. I wish you good luck with your Profirm as well. At GoFunded Trader, we are pretty friendly with other Profirms too. We want to have success together. We are not against each other again. So the top 5 confluences of Omar are, I will actually copy them and put them on chart. Okay, so Omar trades this way. Clear structural leg with imbalance. Alright. Raid on a liquidity pool. Session highs, lows. Previous daily high, previous daily low, weekly highs, lows. Okay, I see that. I feel like it's pretty important to use that in your strategy too. I'm not usually using them because I have other confluences, but if I would try another way, I feel like this is a great way too, in the direction of the structural leg. All right. Lower time frame confirmation, entry model inside the kill zone. All right, another trader mentioned in the other video, if you don't know what a kill zone is, there was another answer from Candace in the other video, in the part 1 of this video. She explained perfectly what a kill zone is. Clear opposing liquidity pool that has not been traded to. So internal and external liquidity. I imagine that this is what it means on my own terms. Ideally, objective lines up with a 4-hour daily weekly level. Okay, so these are some foreign terms for me. I don't really use everything that you said here. Again, it's pretty similar, and I feel like these confluences are pretty good when put in together. I see that you really use liquidity in your trading strategy, which is pretty good. I'm not sure if you're a day trader or a scalper, a swing trader. I don't really know this about you, Omar, but I really want to congratulate you for your story is pretty inspiring. For most of us, you started having nothing, you started working at a shisha place, right? And now you're a profitable trader that has its own prop firm. So yeah, this is pretty inspiring for most of the traders that are in the beginning. So keep it up, and thank you so much for answering to my question. My top 5 confluences when taking a trade is support and resistance, supply and demand, order blocks, liquidity, and price action. Again, pretty simple. I like that you added both support and resistance and supply and demand. Almost the same thing, right? Supply and demand are support and resistance areas that include liquidity being taken first, right? Okay, so this is pretty simple, pretty nice, it's concise. What you can see from these traders, can you see how easy they trade? It's a well-structured, I can tell that all these traders have a well-structured trading plan that they follow like most of the times. And the confluences are pretty clear. The next trader that is sharing with us the confluences is Madison from Bespoke Funding. She's doing educational videos exactly like me, so you should check her materials out too. It's the first time that I'm seeing her strategy. Okay, so price tapped into higher time frame support resistance level. Alright, strong support resistance on lower time frame. Okay, 1 hour, 4 hour Fibonacci retracement level tapped. 5 minute, 1 minute Fibonacci retracement from level of support resistance, and higher time frame Fibonacci level, most likely 78.6 or 70.9. I need to see both of these to execute. That's pretty interesting. I regret the fact that I didn't ask you what exactly do you trade. It's something different from what I've seen from the other traders. Bullish, bearish, engulfing candle from level of interest. Okay, so this is pretty similar with Momo Forex, like only this confluence. 5 minutes or 15 minutes will 5 minutes or 15 minutes is sufficient. Okay, so you're using Fibonacci's. I remember that I was learning about Fibonacci's when I first started to trade. I'm pretty sure that what I saw back then wasn't the right way to do it. And I'm pretty sure that there are a lot of ways to trade out there. As a trader that is already profitable, it will make me more harm to try out new strategies. But however, I wish that would be possible, because I feel like most of you guys have some interesting ways of seeing the charts. So I would love if it was possible to try them out too. However, again, remember that it's not advisable to just mix stuff, to just switch from strategy to strategy. You should stick to your own confluences all the time, even if it's boring. So thank you, Madison, so much for telling us what you're using. Again, it's pretty different from what I've seen. Okay, so the next one is Mo Ali. Thank you for answering to my question. So first, I look if the market is bullish or bearish on the daily chart to decide whether to go long or short. Okay, so you're following the higher time frame. Then I mark and set my alerts on supply and demand zones, all right, on the 4-hour chart, and wait. So you go to a lower time frame right now. Once the price hits my zones, I look at the 1-hour chart for entry confirmations. So you start from daily, continue with 4 hours, and you want to take a trade on 1 hour. Okay. Closing above or below the zone. All right. Or sometimes I check for liquidity sweeps on large wicks in my marked zones before entry. Alright, so you're looking somehow for liquidity and you're trading in a clear way on higher time frames. You're clearly not a scalper, you're more like a swing trader. It's something in between swing and day trading. Thank you so much, Ali, for answering to my question. I appreciate all of you guys for taking your time just to answer to that. I know that you're pretty busy with other stuff too, so I really appreciate that you take your time to answer to my DMs. James Bruce said, wow, a short answer. I keep things simple. Price action aligning with my daily bias and a cross of the 8 and 21 EMAs in that direction. Okay, this is clearly pretty simple. It's not even 5 confluences, so I imagine that you just wait for this to happen and you are looking for I imagine that you're looking more for win rate, not for big risk reward. Because if your strategy is simple enough, you don't even need good risk reward. You only need a good win rate because most of the times price is going to do exactly what you're expecting. Okay, so the next one is RJ Ray. I really hope that I didn't say your name wrong. Thank you so much for answering. Market structure, liquidity, fair value gaps, candle close, and value. Pretty similar. These are different words, but it's pretty similar to what we already seen with most of the traders that answered to this question in the first part and also on this part of this video. So I see a lot of ICT traders here. I see a lot of supply and demand traders, which is pretty nice. And the last one that answered to my question finally is Covenant Trader FX. And he says, 1. Structure. 2. Which area of liquidity do I look to enter from? So you're looking for liquidity, pretty good. You're trading from liquidity to liquidity point. Where is the next level of liquidity for partials? Oh, okay, that's smart. You mentioned about partials too, because okay, it's great to know what are your confluences for entering the trade, but it's also pretty important to know when to exit the trade. Are you just waiting inside the trade until it turns to break even or even stop loss, even if you were right? Or do you know exactly when to cash out, when to take out some profit, and when to actually stop your trade? It's pretty important to follow the price. For me, as a scalper or as a day trader, this is pretty important too. Because when I enter a position, I don't just simply go outside the door and never watch the charts again. No, what I'm doing is to watch the price action inside my trade. So I look at the momentum, I look at the liquidity. Is there enough liquidity for the price to continue in the favorable direction or not? So yeah, this is pretty smart. What time of the day are we in? Okay. Then if all shows according to my plan, I'll then use my proper risk management. Yeah, that's smart. And also manage my psychological capital throughout the course of managing the trade. Pretty good answers. So thank you so much for sharing this gem with us. I want to thank all the traders that took their time and answered to these questions. You were like 20, I think. You shared a lot of value in these videos. And I feel like the viewers will appreciate this a lot. So thank you so much for watching part 2 of the video. If you want to participate to our giveaway from this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and also leave a comment saying which confluences did you like the most, which trader showed the most value for you. Thank you for watching and see you next time.